The evolution of the Land Rover Defender lineup keeps getting better and better, as well as bigger and bigger, as evidenced by the brand new 2023 Defender 130, 8-seat long body edition that we're going to take a close look at here today. When the Defender was reintroduced here in the States as a 2020 model, there were only two versions to choose from: the two-door Defender 90 and the four-door Defender 110. Hopefully you caught the full test drive and review we did of the Defender 110 First Edition back then, because it was an amazing video, if I do say so myself. And if you did happen to miss it, well, what the heck? Come on, let's go check it out together right now. Come on, it'll be fun. Just you, me, and the 2020 Land Rover Defender. Four really cool accessory packages to choose from.
Check this out. This is
For example,
one of the
you
coolest
could get the Explorer
parts.
pack,
I love
the
it.
Adventure pack, y'all can get the Country
Okay.
pack, and there's also the Urban pack. Now, I'm sure there must be a logical reason why you can't get the jump seat up front as well as the back third row seats together to make it an 8-seater.
Patience, my friend. Patience.
Well, anyway,
It's
if you have
coming.
any ideas what that might be, please,
2023.
feel free to comment below. We'd love to hear from you. So what sets the Defender 130 apart from the other Defenders? In a word, size. It rides on basically the same wheelbase as the Defender 110, but is 13.3 inches longer in the rear to accommodate the third row passengers. This adds to the Defender 130's bold and distinctive exterior styling, especially when you have the spare tire nicely packed on the back in a color-coordinated hard wheel cover with the Defender nameplate embossed on it. In case you're wondering, the exterior color you see here is the Sedona Red and is an exclusive Defender 130 color. And the vehicle we're looking at today has the extended black exterior pack to it. Now, the 130 comes in a variety of trim levels here in the US. First, there's the entry-level P300S that starts out at only $69,100 and comes with the base 6-cylinder engine. That's inline, of course. Next comes the P400 SE with the more powerful inline 6-cylinder engine, starting at $78,300 plus. That's followed by the P400X Dynamic SE at $81,300 plus. Then there's the P400 First Edition, $84,700 plus starting price. And finally, there's the top-of-the-line P400X like we have here today, $99,900 plus. Now, of course, these are just the starting prices, and Land Rover gives you plenty of available options to help you personalize your Defender 130 to suit your needs and desires. That's what the plus is all about. Now let's talk about engine choices, shall we? There are two engine choices for the 130 this year. First is the P300 3.0-liter turbocharged inline 6-cylinder engine generating 296 horsepower, 347 pound-feet of torque, getting you from 0 to 60 in around 7.5 seconds. That's pretty good. But then there's the 3.0-liter P400 turbocharged inline 6-cylinder generating 395 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque, which drops your 0 to 60 to around 6.3 seconds. The P300 and P400 both come with electrically driven superchargers to help with the vehicle acceleration. Not only that, the Defender is also a mild hybrid electric vehicle and comes with a 48-volt motor generator for improved fuel efficiency. And of course, both engines are mated to the 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. And you're looking at getting an estimated 17 miles per gallon around town and about 21 miles per gallon on the highway for a combined of 19. That, of course, depends on how many people you're carrying and how much you're towing or anything like that, and how you drive. But still, for a full-size vehicle like this, that's doing all right. Now, the Defender's exterior styling has been described as a retro modern design, and I think that sums it up quite nicely. From front to back, you can see the Defender's boxed out waist no space shape that still maintains a sophisticated elegance. especially for a vehicle that's capable of some amazing off-road performance, because it comes standard with Land Rover's intelligent all-wheel drive system. Now, the all-wheel drive 130 comes with a 2-speed transfer case, of course, plus electronic traction control, electronic rear differential, terrain response system, the terrain response system 2, and that will let you take the Defender almost anywhere you want to go on the planet. Plus, you can choose from the adjustable drive mode settings, such as the rock and crawl mode or the mud and rut mode, grass, gravel, snow, whatever. Now, of course, hopefully you wouldn't encounter any of these type of driving situations in your everyday travels. But you never know when this type of driving technology might turn into the best investment you ever made for your family and friends riding along with you. Plus, for the 2023 Defender, you also get full LED headlights, LED daytime running lights, LED fog lights, and cool rear LED brake lights that provide massive illumination for this massive vehicle, day or night. Now, the Defender 130 sits just 8.5 inches off the ground for ease of access. And with the electronic adaptive air suspension, you can raise it to a maximum ride height of 11.4 inches for any off-roading you might choose to do. This also helps when you want to go plowing through high water, because the Defender 130 comes with a 35.4-inch wading depth capability. You also can appreciate the 360-degree cameras strategically positioned around the vehicle, along with the backup camera and the clear sight ground view cameras that allow you to see what's going on under your Defender, as well as the digital rear view mirror camera. Now, the Defender 130 comes with anywhere from 19-inch to 22-inch aluminum alloy wheels, as well as assorted tire configurations, depending on the trim level you choose, to help you get a comfortable ride around town as well as off-road. When you get to the rear of the vehicle, you can appreciate the extra large glass back there for those lucky third-row passengers. They'll also benefit from the built-in skylight over their heads, just like everyone else will enjoy the panoramic moonroof over theirs. The one thing that is missing from the 130 are the traditional Alpine windows normally found in the Defender's roof edges, probably because of the skylight and panoramic moonroof. But that's something you can live with, or live without, isn't it? One of the nice things about the Defenders, you can get a lot of great accessories like I mentioned. You'll notice here we have the rear black exposed recovery eyes, which if you need to haul someone out of a ditch or something, well, you have them located right here. If you want to tow some cargo, well, properly equipped, the Defender 130 can tow up to 8,200 pounds. And when you get back here, what you notice, there's not a lot of cargo space with the third row up. You've got a little over 15 cubic feet of cargo space. If you want to load something in there and you're sitting way too high, well, then you have your button that you can lower the rear cargo area just a bit to provide a little bit more ease of access. Now, when you get under here, you'll notice that I've got to get more space. So you have to manually drop the headrests. I know this is freaking a lot of people out. You got to manually lower the rear seats. It's no big deal. You pull on it. If you want a little extra cargo and you got two people over here, you're good to go. You got a single individual back here, you got more cargo space. It's available. And if you take the third passenger out in the back, you've got over 35 cubic feet of cargo space. And then, of course, you lower for the middle row, and you've got over 76 cubic feet of cargo space. When you get back here, what you don't have is any cargo space. This is your jack for your emergency spare tire. But what's nice is you do have a 120 plug back here. So if you need to power something up, you've got some juice. You also have a 12-volt power source here. And probably the most amazing component in the Defender 130. You got a little hook here. You could put a bag or something, you know, really cool. It's a people carrier. That's primarily what it is. But if you lower the number of people, you raise the number of packages and cargo you can take. So there you go. Let's go check out on the inside and see what the middle row is like. All right. Well, at least there are a lot of nice grips that Land Rover gives you to help you get in and out of this vehicle. In the mid row, you have decent room for 3 people with a tremendous amount of headroom, especially with this panoramic moonroof up here, which is great. There's lots of leg room. The sculpted back seats always come in handy. You have the obligatory nets behind here, which is okay for stuff. But you do have your center armrest with your cup holders. And what's great is the seats back here, they do slide. And here I've got this nice 60-40 split set up right here. And they also recline just a bit, which is okay for long trips. The person in the center, of course, can appreciate the fact that you got a relatively flat area back here with decent, foot room, leg room for a moderately sized person. Just as spacious as the front seats, especially for me, because I'm about
He's 5'6".
so tall, and
There.
I still have plenty
Now
of
you
headroom.
know.
Matter of fact, you could put a head on top of my head. And you do have quad air conditioning in the Defender 130, so that's great. So they have their individual controls back here, a couple of USBs down there, and a lot of, soft touch, nice wood or metal trim here. It looks like wood in the front, but it's metal back here, and your brightly covered Meridian speakers. And there's even speakers in the back, which is very, very nice. Plus, there's heated seats in the front, heated seats in the middle, and, well, I'll show you when I get back there, heated seats in the back. Now, to get in, you pull up at the top, the seats slide forward. Here's where your grips come in, and you slide in right here, and then you're gonna pull your seat back to where you're set. And you're good to go. All right, well, once you get in the back seat, you discover that it's surprisingly roomy, and hopefully so, with all the space that the Defender has been added to in the back. There is ventilation for the passengers back here. I call them Mr. 6, 7, and 8. Get it? It's an 8-seater. 6. Anyway, so you have cup holders here, woohoo, and there's a little pocket here for something, maybe a cell phone. The heated seat buttons back here, and the headrests, of course, are very nice. But I will tell you this, everybody says, oh, the seats on the outside are the best because they're a little bit wider, but truth be told, when you're in the center, you actually have a little more foot room here because it's flat, and the seats on the outside have the wheel wells popping in a little bit. But there are some tie downs back here in case you use this for cargo space, folding these down. And I like the skylight here. Again, it adds to the roominess of the vehicle and a pleasant environment. And it's pretty cool. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret, okay? Don't tell anybody I told you this secret. I've never told anybody this secret before. Normally, to get out of this, you're going to hit the lever here, slide the seat forward, basically reverse the way you get in. But watch this. It's going to be magical. Dun! We're free! We're free! La 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 la. Now, to get into the Defender 130, you simply push this button on the door handle, and when you do, you'll notice that your mirrors will extend out, and there's a blinking of the integrated turn signal light, so you know it's coming. When you want to come out and lock it, you simply push the button again, and things go in reverse. Ta-da! Or you could just use the key fob. Either way. Well, here we are at last, out of the wilderness, taking a cruise in the 2023 Land Rover Defender 130. And I love the fact that in any SUV, you sit high, and that gives you a tremendous sense of confidence as you drive down the highway, a wonderful commanding view of the road. But when you sit in this vehicle, especially when you raise it up with the air suspension, super high, it's craziness. Oh, let's try this. I've got an idea. I've never done this in a car review. Let's stomp on it. And the brakes work too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this has plenty of get up and go for an inline 6-cylinder engine that is turbocharged and supercharged. Supercharged electrically, so at the lower RPMs you get that boost, and turbocharged when the turbos kick in. And yeah, it performs very well. Oh, by the way, you got sport shift. I forgot to tell you. We could put it in sport shift here. And now we can have a little sporty fun. I'm in 5th. My head-up display is telling me I'm in 5th. I'm in 6th. I'm in 7th. I'm in 8th. I'm stuck in 8th because it's an 8-speed transmission. And the ZF Automatic really does a great job. All right, so we're stuck in a light. What do you want to talk about? I know. How about the interior? It is absolutely gorgeous. We have this Windsor leather seating to surround ourselves with. There's leather across the dash. Nice double stitching here. And you have your soft surfaces on top of the doors, the rugged interior design of the Defender with voltage throughout. One of the nice things about the vehicle is, especially up front, you have your power seating on both the driver and passenger side. You also have 3-way memory seating on both the driver as well as the passenger side, and that's a very nice touch. There's plenty storage areas around, tucked away throughout this vehicle. You have in your regular door bins, you've got plenty of room for beverages. In my center armrest here, you know, the padded one, I have my cool box. It is so cool. And you can probably fit about 4, beverages this size, whatever size this is, huh? Down there. And it's very comfortable. I have my wireless charging for my phone right here in the center console. It's tucked down there a little bit. You got to pop it out once in a while, but no big deal. Additional cup holders up front. Tremendously deep storage area down here, and it actually extends underneath, and it's all rubberized so that in case you put some, sharp objects, you're not going to damage your vehicle, or if you go off-roading and have muddy stuff you want to throw down there, it's not going to do any long-term damage. And you do have your USB connectivity as well as your C connectivity, plus a 12-volt connector here. And there's also a C connector up top for the passenger here. And there is the Defender across the dash area there, and that has more storage right there, right above your glove box. There's additional USB-Cs in the second row as well as back in the third row on the sides. And there's even that 120-volt plug in the very far back in the storage area. And I know that there's not a lot of storage area back there, but traditionally, how many people are really going to be carrying, 7 people on a regular basis? They're not. So I think the 8-seat setup is great for a convenient trip when you're going to pick people up at some location and haul them around and drop them off again. But for most families, you're just going to enjoy the typical 5 or 6 seat capacity, traditionally. So it's got kind of the best of both worlds going on there. See this button right here? That gives you your drive mode. And when you do that, it disengages the air conditioning control, and now this knob controls eco. You can go to grass, gravel. No, okay, it won't let me. You can go to sand. I've got a little rock crawl here, and I've got wading mode here as well, and of course it won't let me do that. But I'm gonna go back to comfort. Oh, we do have our auto start stop system, and that's right here too to help conserve your fuel along the way. And if you want to disengage it, you just simply push that. We have our hill descent controls in the center console area. This is our air suspension that we can adjust up and down as well. Traction control here. Here you have your digital interface display, of course, and on your steering wheel, your typical, you have your heated steering wheel just to go along with your heated seats, as well as cooled seats. And those are controlled right here in the center console. If you see that there's a little button, you push on it, and you see a seat there. If you turn it to the left, it's going to cool your seat. If you turn it to the right, it's going to heat your seat. But I'm going to cool my seat because it's summertime out there. It's craziness. And there you go. And you can, of course, set your temperature, and you can sync it if you want. There's a button right here on the top so you can sync left and right. It even shows you here on your 11.4-inch Pivi Pro screen the air quality inside. Oh my gosh. So we know our air's, well, right now, it's actually stuffy, but we haven't had the air conditioning running very much. But the cooled seats feel great. But you do have in this vehicle the head-up display, and it's extremely bright. It gives you a tremendous amount of information. It also gives you some feedback on your lane keep assist, your adaptive cruise control, things of that nature. Obviously, you have your street sign recognition as far as the speed is concerned. So that's always good to have, so you can see how fast you're going over the speed limit. Yeah. We're back to the home screen. You can see that we have our phone connect here. I can slide it over to the media. And here we can see our slope assist in case you're going off-roading. A little compass here. And you have your wheel information. If you are in that all-wheel drive situation, it can tell you what's happening. And if you're gonna use the weight sensing, you're gonna go plow through up to almost 36 inches, almost 3 feet of water, then this will give you all the readouts for that. And it'll tell you where you're at and how far you're in, and so you don't go too far. So there's a lot of cool information here. It's very quiet in here, which is great. There's a lot of sound insulation throughout the base of the vehicle, especially when you have an all-wheel drive vehicle like this with heavier duty tread on the pavement. You want to reduce that ground noise, and there's going to be a little bit of wind noise simply because of the fact of the large boxy styling of the vehicle. But it's certainly nothing that is uncomfortable, especially when you crank up the stereo systems. Now, that's one of the nice things about the Defenders. They come with a variety of Meridian sound systems. And since we're in the Defender X, as you can tell by the Defender X emblems all over the place, and some of the nice Defender X touches in the trim level, we get the 700-watt Meridian sound system. And that really cranks it up very, very nicely. And the speakers are nicely plated. You can see them here. Giant speaker in the center console, plus they extend all the way to the third row. So little Bobo and Bobette and whoever else back there is going to enjoy your tunes as much as you are. We have in this vehicle the cold package, which is great, and that gives us a variety of features such as the heated windshield, and you even have heated wiper washer fluid as well as the heated spray to clear off your headlamps, your beautiful LEDs. So that's always a good thing too. You got your camera set up too. You got 360 cameras. I can see what's going on in front of me. If I put the vehicle in reverse, bam, on-road, off-road, I can see what's happening now. You can see what's going. It's just crystal clear. It's very, very nice. Anyway, you do have the regular rear view mirror, but if things are blocking your way, then you put up just a flip of a switch and you've got the camera sight. And I like the clear sight ground view as well when you have that feature. So if you're off-roading, you can see the rough terrain, the rocks and the crevasses. And it's so smooth and comfortable. You can't believe you're driving this massive, massive, massive machine. It's just amazing. If you're looking for a rugged, sophisticated, technologically advanced, amazing all-wheel drive, full-size sport utility vehicle that would take you and your spouse and your 6 kids on a wonderful day trip, or well, you and your spouse and your 4 kids and grandma and grandpa, or even you and your spouse, your 2 kids and both sets of grandparents, whoever, then the 2023 Defender 130 is out there waiting for you. What are you waiting for? Check it out. You'll be glad you did. I think he does a pretty good job, all things considered. Much better than a lot of these other. Not only that, he's a handsome devil, isn't he? I'm gonna miss that guy. Won't you?